Ill Battle Report. What's up everybody, it's your boy Memento Beats and you're listening to the 4th episode of Ill Battle Report. I have a lot of things to cover today, so I'm going straight to the main part of the podcast. However, before I start, quick reminder for those of you who are listening to this podcast for the first time. Ill Battle Report is a podcast in which I review the latest battles on IllMuzik. I pick the best beats, I commented them, and I talk about producers who made them. So last week was a pretty busy time on IllMuzik. I'm gonna discuss beat fight number 7, which was finally finished, beat fight number 10, beat it up number 99, and last beat this with rock guitar theme. I'm gonna start with Beat It Up number 99, that was won by These Beats and with his beat Nightcap. Other producers that took part in that battle were Addictive Vibes and Ceratos, however These Beats won with a big advantage and gathered 83.3% of votes. I have to say that beat by These Beats was very smooth, jazzy trap production. It's very sexy and sensual, mixes well balanced, there is nothing too loud or too quiet. Drums are on point, there are these delicate shakers in the background, and also percussion used because you can also hear some single hits of percussion in the background. Quite sophisticated beat, I would say. Next beat from that battle I would like to distinguish is beat by Ceratos. First of all, it is worth noticing that all the beats by Ceratos that I've heard so far had incredibly good mixes. I would even use the word sterile when it comes to his mixes. They're very clean and very balanced. Beat starts with a very nice acoustic guitar part. Later on we hear soft piano and brass. Arrangement of the beat is very decent. Beat has a quite laid-back mood mixed with a reminiscent vibe. It can work great for some storytelling song. It leaves a lot of space for artists. However, I didn't like two things in this beat. First one is the drums. Could be a little bit more powerful for my taste, but just a little bit. You know, I wouldn't go too crazy with it, but I reckon they should be louder. And the second thing I didn't like was this brass or this quasi-brass sound you used, as I don't think that the sound of that brass matches the rest of the beat. But other than that, it is a beat that easily can be categorized as high-quality production. It is quite surprising that you only got about 17% of votes, because that beat deserved better reception, really. Anyway, keep up the good work and I'm looking forward to hear more of your productions. Now we have beat fight number 7, that needed a lot of time to be finished, as it was very close. Fight was between DJ Ngwozi and Can't Keep Still. It was won by DJ Ngwozi, but the difference in notes was very small, as it was only about 6%. In my opinion, it would be a great idea if these two producers got the opportunity for a rematch. I hope that you both will meet each other in the future. Of course, the best thing would be to do it in another beat fight. But it is just a stroke of luck that you will be staged together again. But I would like to hear a rematch. Really. I like this beat fight also for another reason, as I had another chance to hear Can't Keep Still progress. I mentioned in the first episode that in my opinion this guy made huge progress, and he's a different producer than he used to be, and I'm happy to see your metamorphosis. The fact that you lost is just an accident. One day you lose, on the other day you win, so don't worry. Keep doing your thing and everything will be alright. And beat by Can't Keep Still, I like the drums and bass the most. Drums were on point, bass was cool, vibe of the beat is also nice, and I really like the synth that you added at 1 minute 23 seconds. I mean, it can be heard at 1 minute 23 seconds in the video with battle. Furthermore, I like vocal samples used, and overall it's decent. I wasn't blown away by it, but it was nice to listen to. And I can honestly say I enjoyed listening to it. So, good job. Beat fight number 7 was also another fight of styles, because we had boom bap beat against trap beat, and this time trap beat prevailed. In this case, I don't have any doubts why it took so long to finish this battle, as both productions were on similar level, and both had little imperfections. The difference in styles was probably also another factor that contributed to the length of voting. DJ Ngwozi presented very hyped trap beat. I like his mood a lot. It has a lot of power, a lot of motivational energy, I would say. I like those gated synths, brass is also on point, chants add a lot to the energy of the beat. I like the arrangement. I have to admit that if I had to choose the winner, it would be DJ Ngwozi, but it is only due to the fact that trap is closer to my heart. Jesus Christ, that's so poetic. Wow. But as I said, the difference was very small and both beats were good. It was a great fight, and as I mentioned before, I hope you guys meet at some point in the future. Now we're moving on to beat fight number 10, where we had the confrontation between On and Kav and our new sample king, the MF Riddler. Riddler won this fight with a significant advantage. However, I wouldn't say that his beat was better here, as it moved in the direction I didn't want it to go. I hoped that you would base your beat on the sample from the intro when those vocal samples appear. If you had done it, then I wouldn't have had anything to say, as the beat has everything that you can want from sampled old school beat. But unfortunately, you changed it to that guitar one, and frankly speaking, I didn't like it. So in this battle, I'm on the side of On and Kav, who showed a beat that is more aggressive and more innovative. The Sire Beats captured it perfectly in his comment in the forum section of this fight, and he wrote that he thought that the guy who made beat number 1 had invented a new musical genre, dub hop, because indeed, it contains elements of both hip hop and dubstep. It was something new, and I think I have never heard anything like that on IllMuzik before. I would like to say that I love the mood of it. It sounds like a track from a video game. As I said, I better like the beat by On and Kav here. But contrary to the result from beat fight number 7 here, tradition turned out to be better than innovation. And we finally got to the main event of the last week, Beat This Battle with rock guitar theme. At first I have to talk about the traffic and the level of interest in this battle. I have never seen such traffic on any battle on IllMuzik. Forum thread of this battle was bursting at the seams before the battle actually started. Even battle that didn't attract so many people. I knew that there would be a lot of submissions, and I was not mistaken, as we had 29 productions submitted in total, so it was another Beat This with such a big number of participants. I have to say, and I'm sure you're gonna agree with me, that this quarantine time is great for IllMuzik. I'm very happy to see new members taking part in battles. We need new blood, we need new challengers that would help us step our game and make a revolution in rankings. It is awesome in terms of competition, and I also think that if you win with 28 guys, it is much more satisfying than a win over 13 guys or 16 guys. The battle was won by Croc85, big congrats to you, your beat was absolutely great. And the runner-ups we have the Sire Beats, Sway Boogie, Pops Beats and These Beats. I've chosen 9 producers that I would like to distinguish here, and I'm going to leave the beat by Croc85 on the end. As far as the rest is concerned, I'm going to talk about beats I chose in the order from the results. So I'm going to begin from runner-ups and finish on the last guy in the alphabetical order. So first we have the Sire Beats with his beat On Time. Undoubtedly one of my favorite joints from this contest, if not the favorite one. Beat by the Sire Beats is a great example of what I was talking about in the last episode of Ill Battle Report about sampling classics. I pointed out that if you sample a classic song, you must come up either with something that will give this song a new life or at least refresh it. And I have to say that On Time by the Sire Beats meets all the requirements of my concept. Fury Beats, if you're listening to this now, ask the Sire Beats for some tips on how to create an absolute banger by sampling a classic song. You should be messaging the Sire Beats without a break, because everything he did is absolutely effing awesome. It was quite of a challenge, as this song has been sampled before and it was also used by classic rappers. For example, German rapper Sido used it in his song Schlechtes Vorbild. But On Time by the Sire Beats is much better than that. Awesome chops, great mix, great arrangement, great structure, great beat. It is also great that you didn't base your beat on this main theme from the song, but you mixed actually all the elements you could mix. But you did it in such a tasty way, man. There is nothing to add and nothing to take out. And I have to say these chops are... man. It's so good and it was so nice to listen to it. I love this beat, I truly love this beat. It is probably my favorite beat of yours so far. I kept playing it over and over again and I think it means something. paraphrasing Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat, flawless production. Fatality. I wish I could say flawless victory here, but fortunately or unfortunately the battle was won by Croc85. But I would like to thank you very much for this beat, really. Next guy that I chose is Arvin Armani with his beat First Song. And first thing I would like to say about it is the fact that it is quite short, considering the time limit. I like this smooth guitar melody used here. I wouldn't say that this beat is the beat that could make someone rock out to, but I like it smooth and I decided to say a few things both about you and your production. And if we are talking about Arvin Armani, I would like to stop for a second, because I would like to say something similar to what I said to Can't Keep Still to him. I had to admit that I used to think about Arvin Armani in a quite derogatory way, but not like, I had something against him, or that I held some hostility towards him, but rather in the way that I didn't take him seriously. I perceived him as a kind of team mascot for IllMuzik. First of all, he's still a kid. Secondly, his results in battles are still not impressive, and I didn't like his beats. I have to honestly say that. But I had to compliment him on progress he made, because in my opinion Arvin did a great job of improving his skills. His beats are no longer shapeless, as I used to think of them that they were shapeless, and I think you're getting better, mate. You are in a very good position, as your age is your big advantage here. You have so much time, and I have to say that I respect you because you started taking part in beat battles when you were 14. 14, guys. Can you imagine? When I was 14, I didn't even think I would make beats someday, as I was focused on a different part of musical development. So the fact that you started making beats so early is a huge asset that you should use, and you have my full support. Keep on improving yourself, and I hope that you will win Beat This, Warzone or Battle That someday. Next guy I would like to talk about is Congo Rampuzi with his beat Howl. Again, it contains guitar, but I wouldn't say it's a beat that someone could rock out to. Nonetheless, I like it a lot. It has quite sad and nostalgic mood, and when I was listening to it, it reminded me of Akira Yamaoka, a guy who was responsible for the music to Silent Hill series. I'm a big fan of Akira Yamaoka, so when I heard your beat, I immediately associated it with him. So you got a plus from me on the beginning. Your beat has very similar moods to his works, kinda misty, kinda secretive. I really like it, and I think it could be used in some opening for TV series or in some soundtrack to the video game. Really good job, man. Someone can say that the mix could be better, but I wouldn't change it, as it creates the whole atmosphere of the beat. And now, we have the heaviest beat of the whole contest. When I think about the beat that you can rock out to, I immediately think of bands like Rage Against the Machine or Limp Bizkit, because they are a mix of, rap and rock. However, Papa's beats went even further, and he mixed metal with rap. Which is good, I like your beat a lot. The whole guitar riff reminds me of Megadeth or Anthrax a little bit. I don't know whether you sampled it or whether you played it yourself, but it does sound familiar to me, and if it is a sample, please post it below, or send me a private message, because I'm curious which song it is. Of course, as I said, if it's a sample. It also reminds me of a soundtrack from the first Doom. It's mixed really nice, the guitar riffs are spicy, it is nice that you use real drum samples, it is something that is rarely seen here. They sound powerful, and again they are mixed very well. I also like that melodic riff that appears at 1 minute 24 seconds. Vocal sample from Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine is also cool. Overall, it's not a beat that you could rap to, but it is definitely the beat that you could rock out to. Really is the heaviest beat I have ever heard on the music, but it's more like some sketch of a metal song rather than rap beat. Now, if you have been really producing beats for only a few months now, and your beats sound like the one you used in Beat This, then man, I'm scared what you will be able to come up with, for example, in 2 years. And if you have been really producing beats for such small period of time, and you make such clean beats, then I think that you should have taken a different path in your life. than the one that you took. Really good job, man, keep it up. Next we have Primes with his beat Run B. I like this aggressive vibe, arrangement is good, choice of sounds is on point, the beat has a lot of energy. The things that should be improved, in my opinion, are these hi-hat rolls. Could be quieter, 808 could be louder, and build-up that appears at 1 minute 4 seconds should be improved. Other than that, it is a decent production. Next we have Silence with his beat Rockstar. Mix is nice, drums are on point, choice of sound is good. I like the sound of the guitar here. It also reminds me of Akira Yamaoka a bit. And generally speaking, I have nothing more to add. It's a good beat. Next we have Vossi Beats with the beat Feel This. It is the next beat which I don't consider suitable for this theme, but I had to include it in this episode of IllBattle Report as its quality speaks for itself. In terms of composition and mix, it is absolutely brilliant. It is so laid back, chilling and relaxing. It is very minimalistic but also full at the same time. I would hear J. Cole rapping on it. Very cool production. And we finally got to the winner, Croc85. Again, big congrats to you. I truly enjoyed listening to that beat as it brought huge dose of nostalgia to me. I started from the music from 80s and Skid Row was one of the first bands I listened to. It was because of the fact that I originated from rock and metal music. I went through pretty much all of classics like Slayer, Metallica, Iron Maiden, etc. And I remember playing Guitar Hero Rock the 80s on PlayStation 2 at my friend's house, and then I heard the song 18 and Live for the first time in my life. I love the guitar solo that you sampled at the beginning of your beat, and generally speaking, this guitar in 18 and Live by Skid Row is perfect. It's flawless. The only thing I picked is the fact that maybe that guitar part should be more exposed, and 808 should not take over the mix, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, thank you very much for making this beat, as it brought back a lot of positive memories to me. I know it's not possible, but Croc85 and the Sire Beats should be ex aequo on the first place in this battle. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for listening. If you liked it, then don't forget to smash that like button below, click subscribe and hit the bell notification in order to stay tuned with the new videos that are uploaded to this channel. Till the next time.